outside the bay? I'm gonna get it.
It's a warm day outside. Hey, bro, man. How you doing? Oh, yeah.
Dede, Judah, Noah. Wait, hold on.
Emily, Buford, girls. With the French people. Let's see if I can French people
Solomon. There's like 6 of them. And there's 3 for a girl. Because it's Alice and Sam and Brooke.
I talked to Coach, I'm like, you still have your clubs and stuff, but you can just be back here.
Right.
Something like that.
Chad, are you starting?
Yeah.
It's you, Jai, Halo,
Jordan,
Hayden, and
Hayden.
Jordan, right? Jai, why you gotta be different?
What?
You're the only person that doesn't have their jersey tucked in.
Yo, kids, have you seen a headband?
Huh?
Seen a headband?
What headband? I haven't seen it. Is it over there somewhere?
I think
Huh?
y'all doing?
Good, how are you? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Basketball game? That would be a pitch for the leg. And the black line all the way around. Cross the black and white. And this pitch is all down. Take it back up. Black. 12. Right first. Right. Looks like that's the first one.
Who doing the clock?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wherever he just
Okay.
Greenville.
Game ball.
Corey. Nikki. You have the game ball?
Well, I just be out here, cuz. Bro, you stay hurt, bro.
Okay, bro.
Like, you just stay hurt.
We go coach.
When?
Shake back. You see the uniform. Good.
You gotta do better than that, man.
They don't want to get better.
I don't think I've seen you healthy yet.
Why? And you play by play and there was one time that we had a running clock and then Mr. Coleman was back there. And so they gave me the headset, so I was trying to do this and talk. And I was like, yeah, that was a little much. I was like, was it? The wheels were turning. I was like,
Welcome, everybody, to the Seahawks Nest, February 3rd on a Monday. We're here going against the Crisfield Crabbers. I'm here, Nolan Suarez. How are you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Interesting game today. We had a matchup with them away. We came home with the victory. I do know that we have a couple people injured, starters on the Seahawks. As we see, nice pass right there to number 11. Put that layup up there on the right side, Caleb Porter-Wise.
Yeah, great start right there by the Seahawks. They always run that tip-off play. It usually works.
Jackson's going to be guarding up. Now to Brandenburg's guarding up. Let's see what the Seahawks defense can do today. We're going to be on defense now. Defense, pass ball to the middle. It's going to be deflected, and it's going to be Seahawks ball.
Yeah, great defense. Seahawks they've played great defense all year. That's been one of their specialties, is lockdown defense.
Looks like the point guard for tonight is going to be number 0, Chappie Stokes. It's going to be directing the ball. It's going to be to Jai Jackson. Jai Jackson back to Caleb. Caleb back to Jackson. Jackson up to Jordan Brandenburg. Jordan Brandenburg with the put-up little floater. No good. Caden Sharkey with the rebound. deflected. Ball's going to be turned over. Crisfield Crabbers are now coming back down the court. Jai Jackson going to be guarding point guard number 12. Ball's going to be passed to the middle, passed back outside of the outside, and we're going to be coming up for a three-pointer. No good.
Yeah, Crisfield got a good shot there, just didn't convert.
Crisfield Crabbers are swinging the ball a lot, trying to get that movement on the ball. It's going to be a three-pointer up, and it's going to be no good. Chappie Stoke directing that traffic again. Caleb Porter-Wise driving through the paint. Back to Jackson for a three-pointer, and it's off back iron.
Yeah, Seahawks have a tendency to get a little bit sloppy on offense. Can't let that happen. Want to get out to an early lead.
Here we go. It's going to be a timeout by Crisfield. We're going to be right back with you in 30 seconds. Coming back to you guys right now. Sean, what do you think the Seahawks need to do to get this victory at home?
Well, they need to go back to their bread and butter all season, which has been working it inside the paint. They have the height advantage. Crisfield a little bit undersized. So if you do that, you should come away with a victory here pretty easily. Chappie
Stowe stole the ball. It's going to be passing it, driving it up the court. Caleb Porter-Wise driving through the paint on the right side. Back out to Chappie Stowe. Jordan Brennenberg with the nice rip and the put-up, and it's good right on the right side of the basket. That is what we call movement and driving to the basket nice and hard.
Yeah, this full court press for the Seahawks putting some pressure on
Chappie
the Crabbers.
Stokes with the steal. It's going to be bad layup, no good. It's going to be turned back over. Going to be stolen again by Chappie Stokes. Going to be a hard layup going up on the left side, and it is good for another 2 points. We're going to be running this full court press now. Seahawks really have been doing this full court press very good this year. We're going to be seeing what else they can do. We're going to be now double teaming, getting that ball loose. Ball is going to be still in Crisfield's hands. Looks like we're going to be called a travel down here at the end on number 35, Logan. We do not have last names for the Crisfield Crabbers, so we're going to be going by number and first name.
Yeah, Crisfield really struggling here on offense. You know, even if they do break the full court press, they're setting up their offense with about 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yes. We're going to be back on offense, now back on defense with the turnover after a couple shots. Number 22, Jaden, is going to be bringing the ball up. Keenan Sandifer, number 4, is going to be locking that defense down, keeping them to make him pass to number 0, Tyler, on Crisfield. Good defense right now. Ball's going to go between Jackson's legs, and it's going to be over the board. It's going to be now all the way up to Keenan Sandifer for the layup, and it's going to be and one. Great finish right there. What do you think about that, Sean? How do you think that was?
Yeah, that was just a great job in transition there. You know, that nice pass, it looked good to me. Defense leads to offense, as they say.
Yes, for sure. We're going to have number 4, Keenan Sandifer, shooting a 1 from the and 1.
Yeah, the Seahawks defense really playing very well. Full court press, very effective. Crisfield yet to score.
Yes. Sandifer with the shot. And it's going to be bobbled around the rim, and it's going to be no good. Number 35 is going to be bringing the ball up. He's going to be trapped now. Ball's going to be flown out of bounds by number 22, Jaden. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be now going back down the court. Seahawks ball. Looks like Chappie Stokes is going to be subbed out. We have Ricardo Copes coming back down to JV after a couple guys were injured, but he's going to be now directing that ball down the court, running this offense here.
Yeah, also getting some more playing time than he was getting on varsity, so it's always better to play.
Definitely, for sure. The ball's going to be a little bumped around, and it's going to be now Crisfield ball after a missed layup. Going to be ball in number 12. Dominic is going to be swinging that ball around. We're going to have good movement. Jordan Brennenberg with that tip out of bounds. Talking about these players that are injured right now, what do you know about that, Sean?
Yeah, Nicky Suarez right now injured. Heard he had a little incident.
Yeah, yep, a little incident. I was not home.
Did you push him down the stairs?
I did not push him down the stairs. I was not home. Short story, I believe he jumped over a dog gate that we have from keeping the dog going upstairs, and he kind of twisted that ankle a little bit.
And also Parker Harrington is injured. Both very big keys to the Seahawks offense, but next man up mentality, as they say.
Yes, sir. After that short break about talking with injured guys, Crisfield is going to gonna shoot a three, and they did make it. Keenan Sanford with that layup to put up another 2 points. Great ball movement there. I believe that was a Ricardo Copes to Keenan Sanford. Keenan Sanford going back in that. It's going to be deflecting the ball. Number 0 is going to be now bringing it. Keenan Sanford with the steal. And it's going to be a put-up and another and one by Keenan Sanford. Number 4. Man, that's 2 and ones in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. What a game he's having right now. Talking about that guy that's going to step up and really show who they are when these people are injured. But, I mean, Keenan Sanford right now is definitely showing that. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, he's – as you said, he's stepping up. Hasn't gotten much playing time this year, but when he has, he's really taking advantage of it.
Yes, for sure. Keenan Sanford now shooting 1 after the and 1. It's going to be bumped around the rim again. Going to be rebounded by number 22, now to number 12. Going to be bringing the ball up. Jai Jackson putting hard pressure down at the bottom of the court. Going to be trapped by Jackson Scott. We are going to have, I believe, a push on number 12. And it's going to be Seahawks ball. Offensive foul. Checking in, number 14, Jackson Scott, inbounding the ball to number 5, Ricardo Copes. Ricardo Copes now driving to the hoop. He's going to be putting up a nice little floater, looks like, by Ricardo Copes after it was passed back and forth to Keenan Sanford. Jai Jackson now stepping back up, going to be really pushing that offense and pushing that defense, sorry. Now getting another steal, pass to Jackson Scott. Jackson Scott going up, getting that deflection up there. Keenan Sanford with the rebound. Jackson back up, and it's going to be a foul. We're going to be shooting 2 shots.
Yeah, this Seahawks defense really on fire. Crisfield having a lot of struggles offensively. Their coach upset about it. Understandably, only 3 points, 3 minutes left in this first quarter.
Jackson shooting 1. First shot is going to be off, back iron, now shooting last shot. Hopefully we can get these free throws, as we say, and as they all say, free throws do win games.
Yes, you got to make your free throws, especially late in the game. I know it's not late in the game, but anytime you really got to make your free throws. Sometimes you look back, you lose by 1 point, but you missed 5 free throws.
Yes, sir.
If you would have made 2 of them, different story.
Yep, there we go. Talking about free throws, Jackson's going to be putting that one up. He's going to be now being subbed, and it's going to be number 2, Carson Knox, coming into the game. We're going to have ball at the baseline. It's going to be stolen, and it's going to be put back up by Ricardo Copes. Ball's going to be floating around back there, waiting for the Crisfield Crabbers to put it back in. Crabbers going back in it, and we have Caden Sharkey now in that's really getting that defense going. Ricardo Copes coming behind with the steal. It's going to be deflected, no foul. We're going to be trapped now at the bottom of the baseline, and we're going to be coming back up. And we're now going to have another timeout called by the coach, and it looks like we're having a full timeout. We will be right back with you after this timeout.
She doesn't do nothing in there either. She sits there and let the girl she sits with do her work.
What's up?
You set the shot clock.
I did.
No, go back to where it was. You don't reset on timeout.
It was a made basket, wasn't it?
No. Thank you. What's all right?
We made a basket. We made a basket and then
Oh, they call it made basket.
coming back with you. We were talking about it. Sean, what do you think the Crabbers need to do to get themselves together to get themselves back in the game?
Well, first they need to get the ball across half court.
Yes.
I mean, they really haven't done that very much. And to score, you have to get across half court. Now,
Yes.
yeah, that's really what they need to do.
I would agree with that. As we see, we're going to be turned back over, and it's going to be inbounded. Now Keenan Sanford to Knox. Knox is going to be directing it now all the way to the corner to Jackson. Jackson's going to be putting back up, and it's going to be a nice point and pass right there. Called a little give and go right there. Keenan Sanford putting that ball up. It's going to be stolen again by Copes, and he's putting it back up for a left-handed layup.
Yeah, Ricardo Cope's really playing very well.
Yes, for sure. And I will say, I mean, coming from that varsity team, coming back down, really you can see the difference between the level of just like why he got called up, if you know what I mean.
Yes, absolutely.
Ball is going to be bumped around again, and it's going to be Seahawks ball. Seahawks are really dominating the game and controlling the ball in their hands. I mean, they're not really letting anybody else, letting the other team get that. Would you agree with that, Sean?
Yes, definitely. I mean, as soon as Decatur scores, they get the ball back because they cause a turnover.
Yes. Ricardo Coates putting that ball, following his shot in the corner three when it was on back iron. Keenan Sanford in the corner calling for that ball. He wants it. Ricardo Coates putting it back up with a floater, and it's going to be a good 2 points. Still running that deep full court press. Ball's going to be thrown over. It's going to be bad pass, turned over. Looks like number 22, Jaden, was trying to pass it to number 35, Logan, on the run. And it was just one of those things where, like, when you learn how to pass on the run, you want to throw the ball to where they're going to be, not where they're at that moment, if you know what I mean, Sean.
Yeah, those are the kind of mistakes Crisfield needs to limit. I mean, they got the ball across half court, and they had a 3-on-2, and they had an opportunity at easy bucket and couldn't convert.
Yes. As we see now, we're going to have Kyer White checking in the game, number 15. Crisfield is going to be driving down the court. Jackson Scott playing good defense, really using his body to get in there. It's going to be now pass, going to be a little floater at the top of the key. It's going to be no good. Keenan Sanford with the rebound. Keenan Sanford now is going to Jackson Scott. Jackson Scott's going to be pushing the ball. It's now going to be to Caden Sharkey. Caden Sharkey's going to be putting it back up to Keenan Sanford. Keenan Sanford, no good. Now we're going to be coming back up the court as the Crisfield Crabbers drive. The ball's going to be on the ground. He is going to be calling a timeout himself.
I don't think that was a smart idea.
I do not. I think he could have.
That's their third timeout they've called.
Yes.
And you only get 4.
That is true. We're going to be having a 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back with you guys in a minute. Welcome back to the Hawks Nest. As we see after that 30-second timeout, I will say the Crisfield Crabbers coach is really, I would say, laying into his team right now because I think they're just disappointing him a little bit. But I think maybe if they turn some things around, limit these turnovers, and, I mean, just get over that half-court line to really set up their offense, it could be a good turnout for them.
Absolutely. You nailed it right there, Nolan.
As we see, we're going to be having a foul call on number 33, Caden Sharkey. Looks like he was a little reachy in there. Maybe just keep his hands up. I mean, he's a big dude, so, I mean, as long as he keeps his hands up, I think he would be fine. Number 0 inbounding the ball. It's going to be a little give and go, and it's going to be off number 0, Tyler, and it's going to be Seahawks ball again.
Seahawks should probably hold for the last shot here. Only 24 seconds left. You know,
sure.
set up your play, get a bucket, go to the second quarter up by potentially 23.
As you see, Scott has the ball. It's going to be a nice give and go Euro step, and it's going to be good for 2 points. Wow. Good Euro step right there by Jackson Scott, number 14. Crabbers are going to be pushing this ball to really get this ball across the court, and they're not going to be in time for a shot. Sean, real quick before we pause before the next quarter, what do you think that the Seahawks are doing good in this game?
Their full court press is really the reason why they're up 25 to 3. They've caused so many turnovers, so many points off turnovers. That's been the reason for success.
Yep.
Really.
Sounds good, and we'll be right back with you guys at 45 seconds. Coming back here now in the second quarter. We're going to be Crabber's ball. We're going to be pushing the ball down the court now. We're going to be really trapped right now. I mean, I have no words. Ricardo Coates with a good steal. Jai Jackson's going to be driving down, and it's going to be put back up. Good little work right there by Jai Jackson and Ricardo Coates.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Corey calling off the full court press, but Seahawks are still trapping.
Yes, ball's going to be put back down all the way to the box, and number 35, Logan's going to score. As we see, we're going to be pushing the ball fast. Jai Jackson's calling for that ball. Ricardo's really driving through the paint with a good little Euro step and putting it back up. I will say, Coates is dominating this game right now. I believe he probably has at least 10 points or maybe
Oh,
even
yeah,
more.
absolutely. He's playing like a varsity player right now.
Yes. As we see, the Crabbers are pushing the ball. Logan, number 35, is trapped in the corner. We're going to be called a travel. Those are the turnovers me and Sean are talking about that they cannot have right now. As we see, it's going to be, I believe, a timeout called by the Seahawks. Just about a minute in, and we'll be right back with you in 30 seconds. Here we are coming back with you as the Seahawks are now coming back. As we see, it's going to be Seahawks ball. We're going to be driving down the court in just about 1 second. Here we go. Ricardo Coates is really trying now to slow this offense down, I believe. Now to Jai Jackson. Jai Jackson is going to be back to Caleb Porter-Wise. Caleb Porter-Wise is going to be driving through the paint. Back to Ricardo Coates. Ricardo Coates is the no-look pass to Jordan Bredenberg. And wow, what a great finish right there. I mean, you can't do anything about him putting that ball up as high as he can put it at the tippy top.
Yeah, that was a great finish and a great find.
Yes.
As he was cutting towards the basket.
As we see, the Crabbers are going to bounce the ball off Jackson's foot, and it's going to be a bad layup. Ball's going to be thrown up by Chappie Stokes and put back up by Jai Jackson for 2 points. Now making it 33-5. Coates is going to be sitting in his stance, drawing that screen, really knowing. Ball's going to be fumbled again. Coates going back up for the ball, looking for Jai, but no good. Coates is putting that ball up, still dominating this game. Still dominating the game, Ricardo Coates. Crabbers are going to be coming back down the court. Now push to the middle, now put back up. It's going to be a foul called on number 0, I believe, Chappie Stokes. Number 22, Jaden, is going to be shooting 2 shots now. Let's see if they know the little quote here, free throws win games.
Yeah, they do. They're going to need a lot of them down by 30 here.
Yes, for sure. So, Sean, as I asked you in the first quarter what they could do better, what do you think the things they're not doing good pretty much at all that they need to do to not even maybe win the game, but give themselves a shot to maybe score 10 to 15, maybe even 20 points?
They need to set up their offense more. They're sort of just coming down the floor and just chunking up shots from wild angles. They need to set up their offense, set up your play.
Yep,
and,
for sure.
And, maybe get a couple easy layups here.
Yep, definitely. As we see, that was a rebound by Ricardo Copes. Copes is going to throw it up to Jackson, and it looks like Jackson's just going to try and throw the ball up, but it was a little too late. Crabbers are now bringing the ball up. It's going to be stolen by Caleb Porter-Wise. Caleb Porter-Wise driving down the court with that layup on the left side. Man, another 2 points. Now it's 37-5 with 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and if you're the Seahawks, you want to get this running clock.
Ball's going to be stumbled. Ricardo is going to be sitting back now. As Tyler, number 0 on the Crabbers, is going to be bringing the ball up. It's going to be deflected now since it was passed to the middle. Ricardo Coates looks like he's slowing the game down a little bit. He's going to be going slow to fast, going to be driving that ball back to Chappie Stokes on the bottom of the paint and putting it back up for a nice little shot.
You know what? I don't think the Seahawks have a three-pointer yet.
No, they do not.
That's unusual.
It's all twos, yes, for sure.
They've had three-point play with the and one, but not a three-pointer.
Yes, for sure. Copes is going to steal that ball and is going to put that ball up for an and one.
If the Seahawks can extend this lead, keep this lead and extend it, they will have a running clock.
Yes,
in the second half.
Yep, Coates is going to be now shooting for 1.
And another thing, number 22, Jaden, has 3 fouls, and that's big because Crisfield only has 7 players.
Yep, definitely.
Only 2 coming off the bench. So you don't want to get into foul trouble.
No, not at all. Ball's going to be hit off the front of the rim. Jackson Scott now getting that ball. Ricardo Copes is going to be now on the Seahawk logo, going to be slowing it down. Caleb Porter-Wise putting up the 3, air ball. Looked like it was tipped a little bit.
I think it was tipped,
It was definitely tipped there. So he didn't just air ball that. He's going to be driving through the paint, number 0. Looked almost to be an and one, but it wasn't. Tyler is going to be now shooting 2 on the Crabbers from Crisfield. Sean, I know I keep asking you the same question, but it's just I'm still a little confused because it seems like the Crabbers coach hasn't really told them to slow it down, pass the ball more. What do you think a type of play they could run that could really get them to start moving around better and getting the ball?
Well, I mean, plays are usually run in practice, and obviously we don't know what's happened there, but maybe try the old-fashioned pick and roll. That never fails.
Yep.
Just get something going. You might want to try get out in transition, get a turnover, get out and run.
For sure.
I haven't really watched them, so I don't know their style.
Yep.
This is the first time seeing them, so maybe the coach is saying something to them in the timeout. So obviously we can't hear.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of their mistakes have been turnovers.
Yes, for sure. As we saw right there, Keenan Sandiford is going to put that ball up for the first 3 of the night. I will say that may have been Keenan's first or maybe second 3 of the year because it looked like he was a little excited there, showing our bench that he's really the boss of this court and he's owning it.
He usually plays in the post when the Twin Towers of Bredenberg and
Parker
Harrington. He's usually the second big off the bench.
As you see, Knox is now controlling the ball. It's going to be passed back around up at the top of the key. Knox with the shoot for the 3, and it is good. And I will say, Knox has one of the most highest jump shots that I've ever seen. I mean, that thing goes way up above the rainbow. I mean, it's unbelievable of how he does it, but he does it, and especially for a smaller kid too. I mean,
ever since we said that the Seahawks weren't making threes, they've decided to start making some
Yes,
threes.
for sure. As we see now, number 1, Bentley Davis is checking in the game. Going to be number 11, Caleb Porter-Wise, checking out. Let's see what Bentley can do.
Looks like Coach Corey's getting some players who don't get much playing time in the game. See what you got.
Yep, as we see right there, Davis gets in there, gets that jump ball, wants the ball. I mean, he's coming in the game, he's getting his turn, and he's like, well, if I'm going to go out here, I'm going to show him what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do anything else. As we see, we're going to be putting up a 2-pointer. Looked like it was number 35, Logan, on the Crisfield Crabbers. Knox is going to be now bringing the ball up to Davis.
As it looks like the ref is giving the Crisfield coach a warning.
Yes.
He's been complaining.
White. It's going to be Caden Sharkey with a push, it looked like. Maybe just getting a little physical down there. I mean, I did hear the number 22, Jaden, hit the floor, but I did not see it in my personal eyes, so I don't know what exactly happened.
Yeah, it looked like they were battling for post position, and Sharkey pushed him. I think it was a pretty hard shove.
Yep.
Because he hit the floor pretty hard, and Crisfield coach didn't like it. Understandable.
Yep,
you know,
for sure.
One of my players gets pushed. You know, you can tell from experience when I coached you in fall ball, right?
Yes, for sure. As we see there, number 11, Daniel on the Crisfield Crabbers, double dribble, now turning it back into our hands. Davis going to have the ball at the top of the key, back to Scott. Scott's going to be up to Sanders. Sandifer for the 3, no good, offside iron. It's going to be up to, Carson Knox going to be put back up by, rebounded and put back up by number 14, Jackson Scott. Now Crabbers now bringing that ball down. Tyler, number 0, really directing the Crabbers offense. Ball's going to be, look like fumbled out of bounds, and it's going to be Seahawks ball again. Knox now bringing that ball back up the court. Back to Scott. Scott now to Kyer White in the corner. White trying to control the ball. Big deflected by number 0, Tyler. Tyler's going to be driving to the paint, and it looks like we're going to be called a blocking foul on number 1. Looks like, I'm drawing a blank, Bentley Davis. There we go. Got the word. Got his name.
Long day.
Yes, definitely Monday. I will say that.
You know, Crisfield, we saw they forced the turnover there. You know, led to some free throws. They might want to switch to, I don't know, maybe full court press to cause some more turnovers. They might want to consider a 1-3-1 zone.
Maybe.
You know, change some stuff up. You don't really have much to lose at this point.
That is true.
49-8. Might as well try some new stuff out.
That is definitely true. As number 0 is going to make the first shot and miss the second. Number 0 getting back in there. It looks like we're going to have a foul called on number 2. It's going to be Carson Knox. Number 0 shooting 2 again after that foul, as the Seahawks have 5 fouls, which is definitely not a good sign, because that really does rack up points because of the new rule from MPSAA basketball. There is no one-on-one.
You missed an S there.
Oh, I did. My bad.
I know, it's hard to memorize.
But so they changed the rule. Instead of 1-on-1s, they're just doing straight 2 shots when it hits 5 fouls for the team.
Yes,
foul.
and it resets every quarter.
Yes.
They put that in last year, I believe, yes.
Yes, I believe, last year was the first year. Ball's going to be stumbled around. Kyra White running back, going to be shooting that ball back up to Keenan Sanford, no good. Back to Jackson Scott, and it's going to be no good. Looks like it's going to be deflected, but it is still Seahawks ball.
Game's getting a little sloppy here.
I would say. I mean, you know, everybody's trying their hardest. I mean, I just think everybody wants to be a point guard, if you know what I mean. Everybody wants to handle the ball. As we see here, Kyra White puts that ball off, goes off back iron from the 3-pointer. Again for another try. No good. Back iron again. Keenan Sanford getting back in there. Ball's going to be dribbled back down. Jackson Scott tried to get that ball out. Bentley Davis, no good. And it's going to be ball, no good, up to the hoop. And it's going to be back out of bounds. And it's going to be Crabbers' ball. Sean, so what is one thing you could take from this first half that the Seahawks could work on for next game coming up, I believe, tomorrow?
Setting up their offense more. They're sort of, we saw in that last possession they were a little sloppy. Bad passes back and forth. I know the game's 49-10, but you never want to get sloppy. You want to keep working on things.
Yep.
There's always something you can work on.
For sure. As we see, the Seahawks are now bringing that ball back down the court. Scott is going to have it now. Scott to Kyra White. Kyra White giving that triple threat as Bentley up for the shot. Keenan Sanderford with the rebound. Keenan Sanderford putting it up, and it's going to be off the backboard. Bank is open. I mean, I would say it's a good
what
shot.
time is it? What time is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, 5:02. Yeah, bank
is open.
Yeah,
bank is open. Good defense there by Jackson Scott, but he is going to get a blocking foul. He did a good job there by bringing his body around, but it looked like he got his hands in there a little bit at the end. Shooting 2 again. Really talking about those fouls we need to limit because we are already in the 5-team fouls.
That's also another thing they might need to work on, the fouls.
Yeah.
It's happened all year,
Yep.
I would say. Something to keep in mind.
For sure. As now we missed, I believe, the first free throw, and we are 51-12 with 41.6 seconds left in the game, in the first half, sorry. Second shot is going to be made for that free throw by Tyler, number 0. We're going to be bringing that ball up as we still do have that shot clock going. Keenan Sanderford going to be giving that give and go, and it's going to be no good. Ball dribbled. It looked like out of bounds, and it's going to be Crabber's ball. Now with 28.1 seconds left, let's see what the Crabbers can do with this ball. Scott is going to get in there, and it's going to be fumbled around, but the Crabbers still have it. Looks like we're going to have a blocking foul call, and it looked like it's going to be an and 1.
Bucket good, let's go! Thank you, Tyler.
As Tyler, number 0, is going to be shooting 1 for that and 1.
Crisfield coach, pretty happy about that one.
Definitely happy. It looks like he maybe got one of the first calls he actually liked tonight. But as we see, the first only free throw was missed. Ball's going to be back in Crabber's hands for 3, and it's going to be no good. Scott with the ball. Scott going to throw that ball up all the way up, and it's going to be Crabber's ball again.
This Crisfield coach, he's showing some energy
He
here.
is definitely showing
He's running
energy.
up and down the court.
Yes, for sure. And I mean,
someone get this guy a contract.
Yes, for sure. I mean, only if you could time travel maybe 20, 25 years, but ball's going to be no good, airballed, as we have 51-15 going into the third quarter, and we'll be right back with you in about 10 minutes.
tough. My face is gonna be locked. Thank you. I only got like 5, 6 minutes.
People realize he's famous.
Where?
Huh?
Next to Dan?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the second half of the Crisfield Crabbers versus Stephen Decatur Seahawks. It is going to be 51-15 as we start the third quarter. Looks like we're going to have our stars in for the game coming in. Ricardo Cope's going to be directing the traffic coming down the court.
It's also a running clock.
Yes, running clock too, yes. He's slowing the ball down, really trying to move the ball down around the court. Jai Jackson putting that ball up. It's going to be no good. Jordan Brandenburg putting the ball back up, no good again. Chappie Stokes getting back in there. As we see, Crisfield Crabbers going to be bringing that ball up. Jordan Brandenburg really getting that ball up through the air, passing it up to Ricardo Coates with the right-handed layup. Let's take a little step aside from the basketball aspect, and let's talk about Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Sean, who you having for the Super Bowl?
I got to root for the Chiefs. I'm a Commanders fan, so I physically cannot root for the Eagles.
Okay. I'm the opposite of that. I wouldn't say I don't love, but I prefer the Eagles, and I love the Eagles much more than the Chiefs. I just don't like the Chiefs very much.
I have to say, how about the NBA? What's been going on?
I don't know.
All those trades.
I know trades have been
Luka
happening.
Doncic.
Yep, but I haven't really been watching much. But I have had the ESPN notifications.
Yep, De'Aaron Fox,
blown up
Zach
from
LaVine.
that.
And don't forget, baseball is played this month, spring training.
Baseball is getting trained. Who you have for the World Series coming up in about 9 months?
Okay, so I'm a Nationals fan, but I think the Dodgers are gonna repeat.
You think Dodgers
I
will
mean,
repeat?
I
Okay.
mean, the amount of money they've spent and all the players they've signed,
For sure.
it's honestly insane.
I
read they have $1.3 billion in deferred money.
Wow.
Billion with a B.
Yeah, that's a lot right there. I mean, there's not many numbers bigger than $1 billion. I mean,
What's your World Series prediction?
definitely.
You're a Yankees
I'm
fan.
a Yankees
that's right.
fan, so I mean, I can't go away from them. So I think the Yankees will have a good shot to go. I mean, we did lose Juan Soto, as I believe he's going to the Mets now. But, yeah, I think the Yankees could do it again, or try to do it again. As we see coming back to the basketball game, we're going to be getting a jump ball. Jordan Brandenburg getting in there with jaded number 22. As we hear the Crisfield coach saying Jordan Brandenburg's weak.
The coaches are getting into it here.
I don't agree with that. Personally, to me, that's not how you coach. You don't want to talk about the other players. If you want to talk about something, you talk about it with the other coach, if you know what I mean.
That's a block. Hey, Reed, that's a block.
So, getting back to the Super Bowl, what's your score prediction?
That's a block, though. That's a block.
I'm going.
That's a block, though.
I think it's going to be a defensive game.
That's a
Okay.
block.
I'm going
Tyler, good block.
21-16.
Give it to him, Tyler.
Low score.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay.
I really do. I think it's going to go back and forth, and I don't think anything is going to happen until like the last 5 minutes of the game. When the person who's down going to like throw an interception or something. Hopefully the Chiefs throw an interception. Patrick Mahomes throws it. I don't know to who, but to somebody on the Eagles, and they run it back for a pick six. And I would like that a lot for sure.
As the Crisfield coach talking to Mr. Greenwood, who's doing the scoreboard here.
Yes, for sure. I don't know. I mean,
I've honestly never seen this before.
I've never seen it either.
I don't know if you can hear him on the mic at home, but we can hear him in our headset here.
Yeah. So as we get back into the game, Crabber's going to be coming down the court. Ball's going to be fumbled around. Jackson's going to be scooping the ball up, putting the ball up. And it's going to be, and we're going to have a little scuffle down there with Jaden, number 22, Jai Jackson, and Ricardo Copes.
You know, this usually isn't like a rivalry game.
It's really not.
But I'm feeling.
It's turned into something.
I know.
Definitely.
I mean, you might expect it if it's a Snow Hill or a Parkside, but
definitely.
Crisfield.
I don't know. Hopefully Crisfield doesn't bring this into the varsity game and things get a little scuffled. But Jai Jackson now shooting the first one of 2 shots, and it is good. Coming back to baseball now.
Clock's not running. Is that?
That is a good question.
Unless it stops on free throws.
It may. Not sure. That may be the only time it stops.
Free throws and injuries.
Maybe.
And timeouts.
I don't know. You want to pull up the rules on MPSSAA?
In a little bit. Maybe in between the varsity or JV and varsity, I will. Just to clarify.
Yep.
Freshen up on the rules a little bit.
Yep. You never know. I mean, every year they change a little bit. Everything changes sometimes. I mean, usually it's the same, though. Jai Jackson really going hard up and putting the ball up. As here we go, as we see varsity from Crisfield is going to be walking across our bench as the ball goes back up to Jai Jackson. To be honest, I wasn't even watching because I was watching everybody walk across our bench, which I don't think it's very respectful. But getting back to the game, was it an M1? Did you see it all?
No, it was not. It was not an M1.
So it's
almost.
Almost. So two shots. So Jackson's going to be shooting 2. First shot going up now.
And that is Jaden's 4th foul.
Yes. Good catch right there. I will say the Crisfield coach is really talking to the refs right now. I just think it's a game now going back and forth. Who's going to win? I think obviously we're going to win. I mean, 60-15. May just get me a little salty when Crabber's getting a little salty. I mean, they do live in salt water, so it is a good possibility. A little dad joke right there. Ball's going to be put back up by Caleb Porter-Wise, and we are now doing this full court press, not letting up.
I think the Crisfield coach was making Coach Corey mad. I think that's part of the reason he put the full court press.
I think Coach Corey's really trying to keep to himself, but really just show that we're not going to let up, and we're going to score until we can't. We're scoring until the last second of the game. As we see our varsity commentator that's substituting for me, Blake Wallace, just showed up. Going to be commentating with Sean. As we see Caleb Porter-Wise putting that ball up on the left side for another 2 points. Still getting this full court press. As we see, he's stuck in the corner, and it's going to be deflected by Caleb Porter-Wise. It is going to be the Crabbers' ball, but still down on the baseline. As we see the ball's getting back inbounded. Tyler's going to be watching his back so no one comes behind and steals the ball. Coates with good defense right there. Ball's going to go up. Ooh. Going to have a foul called on number 33, Caden Sharkey. Going to be a push foul.
That's his 4th.
That is his 4th. Sean, what do you think? How do you think the refs are doing in this game? How do you think they're handling it?
I think they're doing a good job. I mean, I don't think they've missed a call.
Nope.
All game.
Yep, I would definitely agree with that.
They've probably some of the best refereeing we've seen all year.
For sure. Very professional, too. I mean, most of the refs we get down here at Decatur are very professional. I mean, some even have done a little bit of college level, too, just because of that experience. It really helps the players learn how to play the right game, too, when you have that experience for them. As we see balls coming down up to Chappie Stokes, and it's going to be a nice little put up in the corner for 2 points. Going to be now sitting back down. Going to be waiting for the Crabbers to come down the court, meeting them at half. Going to be stolen by Jackson Scott. Great defense, putting the ball up, and it's going to be another foul.
That was a hard foul.
That was definitely a hard foul, and I will say it here. That was a very dirty foul, in my opinion. He went nowhere close to that ball and pretty much just went for his body. Which,
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
talking to
it is definitely
the fans.
an intense game.
Hey, Tyler.
But Jackson Scott is now going to be shooting for 2.
You can't play in his face with it, Tyler.
That is number 0, Tyler's 3rd foul. 2 more, and he will be out. As we see, Jackson Scott's going to be putting up the first shot of 2.
You nothing, bro. You do that today will be your last day, bro.
First shot, no good. Sean, what do you have to add to this? Since the game, the score is 67-15. Do you have anything to add? And I mean, it still is the 3rd quarter, not even the 4th.
Yeah, Seahawks, they might score a season high. I don't know what it is, but
I'm not sure. Maybe check if we get a timeout sometime soon, or maybe even in the 4th. Transitioning. As we see, Jackson Scott still getting that defense, stealing the ball, putting the ball back up for 2 points. Seahawks are definitely not letting up. Looks like he's going to step over the line when he was inbounding the ball. It's going to be Seahawks ball down at the court again. Now it's going to be back up to, it's going to be passed around, and for 3, no good.
Go, Jaden, go!
Jaden, number 22, is going to be pushing the ball. Ball's going to be up in the air. It's going to be bobbled around. Kyra White with a good deflection is going to be pressing the ball up court. Really, it's going to be our ball. Great play right there. Kyra White throwing the ball off the bottom of the shoes of Tyler, number 0 on the Crabbers. I mean, that's just one of those plays that's a mental play.
Yeah.
Just knowing what
it's
to do at that moment.
The basketball IQ.
Yes. As we see, we hear Coach Corey swinging, telling the guys to swing the ball, and it's going to be Stokes with 3 in the corner. 73-15 now.
Let's go, Daniel. To the middle, Daniel. To the middle.
Crabbers are bringing the ball up now. Kyra White playing great defense. Ball's going to be thrown out of bounds. Going to be going back down the other side of the court for Crabbers' ball.
Jaden, corner. Amari.
Knox bringing up the ball. Back to Scott. Scott taking it all the way up through the whole lane. Not stopping, nobody in his way, just driving through and putting the ball up for another 2 points.
As we approach February, or we are in February, it's getting to March. You ready for baseball season? I know you play on the Decatur team.
Yeah, I am ready. I believe that our JV team is going to be pretty solid this year. I think varsity will do very good. I mean, varsity is going to be a young team. I believe there's only maybe 3 to 4 seniors, which is pretty crazy, but we were loaded with seniors last year.
I got to ask you a question. Are you going to use my advice I gave you in fall ball to help you out this season?
I would say yes, but I'm going to mess around and say no. But yeah, definitely. You definitely were a good coach. It was definitely a fun time, I will say that. A lot of moments, I will say.
You could say that at the least, yeah.
Yes. Ball's going to be thrown up, and it's going to be Crabbers' ball still at the bottom. It looks like Davis is going to be having the ball once he gets the ball. It is now going to be transitioning into the 4th quarter, and we'll be right back with you guys. Coming back with you guys right now. As we, me and Sean, we're trying to think of something for you to talk with you guys about. First full week of the 2nd semester, just getting even closer to summer. What are your plans for summer this year, Sean?
You know, obviously work and then go off to college Don't know where I'm going yet,
Okay.
but you know.
Let me pause you right there. Great and one right there by Ricardo Copes. Going to be shooting one. But go ahead.
What are your plans for the summer?
I'm just going to hang out, trying to fish as much as I can, go out on some boats, work, obviously, make the money. I mean, nothing's better than making money. I mean, they say money creates happiness. I think it does. I mean.
They say money doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah. I think it does is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know what you think, but I mean.
I think that's a good idea. You know, you always go on vacation for about a week too sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I will say travel baseball, though, this season is definitely going to be packed, as I have three brothers, so 4 plus me, and it's going to be very busy. A lot of away tournaments, I will say.
Yeah.
Traveling all over. I'm going to Outer Banks in May, I think, for one of my younger brothers. Definitely cool. One of my younger brothers is actually going to Florida, not this weekend, but the next weekend coming up. That should be pretty cool. I'm not going just because got to stay in school. Got to keep the grades up. But, yeah, just probably hanging around. I mean.
You know, one thing I did not like when I was playing travel baseball, you drive all that way just to play a team that was about 30 minutes away from you sometimes.
I would definitely agree with that, and it happens all the time. It's just the luck. I mean, like, we're from Berlin, so we'll be going up to, say,
Elkton.
Elkton, and we'll be playing Fruitland Force, which is probably a 30, 45-minute drive at most. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous, but I mean, I guess they just.
Did you ever play at Cooperstown in 12U?
I did not. No.
Well, I went. Any baseball coaches listening, take your 12U teams to Cooperstown.
There you go.
All right, it's one of the best experiences you'll ever have. Baseball Hall of Fame. The kids stay in the dorms.
Yep.
It's really amazing.
It's definitely cool. I will say one of my younger brother's teams for Berlin actually almost made it, I believe, to go somewhere. I believe it was Cooperstown in their maybe 10U team last year. But it was definitely we had everything planned out. We were going to go on vacation, but we canceled it, I believe. And then, like, we're juggling all these things around, trying to figure out, well, if we win, we got to go because he's on the team and all this stuff. So it was definitely chaotic, but definitely good.
You know, Ripken's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, Ripken's up there, too. I will say,
I actually got the opportunity to play in the Ironbirds and the Shorebirds.
Oh,
Stadium.
wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool, yeah. Did they, was that back in 12U or when was that?
Well, the Shorebirds was 13 and 14U.
Okay.
And then Ironbirds was 14U.
Okay. Did they put up a temporary fence, or did you play the
No,
full,
it was the full.
Play the full thing? Any home runs in that?
No.
No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Never know. I mean, some of the kids that I see that are like 14, I mean, they're bigger than me, and I mean, it's crazy how how it's just possible for that to happen.
But what I liked about the Ironbird Stadium is usually professional stadiums are all dirt and grass. This was all turf, except for the pitcher's mound and the home plate area.
Okay.
And it was definitely very interesting because you would hit a fly ball to the outfield, and if you didn't get to it, it would bounce over your head.
And then it would go because it's turf.
Yep.
In on those types of fields, you just want to hit nice sideline drives right in the gap, and it will go.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people that hit them will maybe even get an inside the park home run, but I mean, I'm really slow, so I'd probably get maybe the first, if that, maybe a second. So now is 83-17. Wow, that is a score. As we see, Amari is number 15 on the Crabbers, is going to be really getting the ball in and out of the game, trying to really get that ball, really getting into it. One thing to add about tournaments to go to, place in right outside of Charleston, South Carolina, Shipyard.
I heard that's
it
good.
Is one of the best complexes I've ever been at. And, I mean, it's definitely up there with Cooperstown and any of the Ripkens. I mean, it's unbelievable. And you're probably 15 minutes from the beach, maybe 25, 30 minutes at most with traffic to Charleston. And, I mean, if you have ever been to downtown Charleston, it's beautiful. There's things to do all the time. I was actually just down there visiting the college myself, the Citadel,
The Citadel?
Yup,
You thinking about going there?
I am. Military college down there, trying to go to the Coast Guard after. But, yeah, it was definitely a cool experience, I would say.
You know, one of the most underrated tournaments, I would say, is Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Okay.
You know, they have a lot. The high school fields down there you play at, they are very nice.
Okay. I'm guessing maybe a lot of history around there, too.
Yes, it's a historic
Yeah,
town.
very
So,
historic.
you know, when you're not playing, you can go downtown Fredericksburg, like a bigger downtown Berlin.
Okay, yeah,
I would say.
Yep. As we see, Tyler, number 0, is going to be shooting free throws. He's going to be putting it up. It's going to be no good. As we see, we have 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. Knox going back up, and we're going to have a little tug right there. We're going to have 3 layups going up, no good. Going to be passed out. Wow, and that was a baseball throw right there.
On the topic of baseball.
On the topic, but maybe even football. Caden Sharkey actually used to play quarterback my freshman year, so 2 years ago in football. Who's a pretty good quarterback? I mean, I would say it was he's my buddy, so he definitely was not fast, but he was definitely he could chuck the ball when he had to, for sure.
Sort of like a Aaron Rodgers type.
Yep. As we see the ball coming back in the game, Keenan Sanford really reaching for it, trying to get that jump ball, and that ball is shot off the top of the backboard. Keenan Sanford really going up, and it's going to be an and one. Everybody is going crazy down there, all Keenan's friends. That was a hard foul, but wow, what a great finish, putting that nice little touch up there and just putting that ball in.
Yeah, that was a tremendous finish right there. Way to fight through the contact. But let's go back to this three-pointer over there. I think that was the first time I've seen a normal three-pointer, not a half-court heave, shot and hit off the top of the backboard.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Not from the corner either.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked it didn't like bounce off and hit one of the metal posts up there or anything, but as we see the ball's coming back in now. Score is now 86-17. That is definitely a score. I would say that's probably a high score right now.
Yes, definitely. Can the Seahawks hit 95?
I think they'll hit 90. I don't think
90.
they'll hit 95. But definitely I think they could hit 90. 4 points, 2 baskets, not very hard. We just got to make sure we play clean and no fouls, try and get that ball back in our hands. As we see right there, getting stolen, Kyra White driving the ball. The ball's going to be passed to Kyra White to Jackson Scott. Wow. What a great finish right there, too.
Yeah, it was a great find as well.
Yeah,
he sort of jumped up like he was going to go for the layup and then went back underneath for the nice pass.
Jackson Scott's going to be going back, and it's going to be still our ball.
Huh? Did he hit that? He fouled him. He didn't hit it.
I mean, he did foul it.
He fouled him. He didn't hit it.
Crisfield coach is still, I would say, talking a little bit. I guess he's not happy with the calls. Kyra White's going to be shooting a three. It's going to be off the front of the iron. Keenan Sanford no good with the putback. Jackson Scott back with the pass. Going to be to Bentley Davis for three. No good. Keenan Sanford getting that ball. It's going to be to Jackson Scott all the way to Carson Knox for three. And everybody is going boom. As we see the three, the twos, it is just adding up, and we got past 90 to 91.
That's got to be a season high.
That's definitely a season high. I don't know when else we would get something like that. As we see the balls going back up to Knox. And we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Corey. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back with you guys. coming back with you guys with 51 seconds. As we hear the cheerleaders are cheering for them, as we are 91-17. What a score!
There's no shot clock here, so on a running clock, there's no shot clock. So Seahawks should just hold it.
I would definitely agree with that. Try and move the ball around. At this point, I wouldn't even foul. I mean, there's no point.
No.
But let's just.
I agree.
Let's just. Looks like all we're going to be doing is moving the ball around. Just keep moving the ball. That's all we need. And as we see, Coach Corey's trying to be very professional about it, not really bump up these points. I mean, we already are at 91-17, which is a big score, I would say. It is, I believe, a 74-point difference in the game. Wow. What a game. It was great to commentate with you,
Yeah, great
Sean.
to join you, Nolan. See you next time. Saturday,
Saturday, Y-High. And final score 91-17. And hopefully we'll see you guys with varsity. Have a good night.
And I'm going to start it now. Keep running. Hey boys, easy. Leave him alone. Can I play girls just want to have fun as they come out? All good? Good? Soccer life, football life, right?
Yeah.
Kicking? You're not kicking right now?